What up? What up? Top of the top. Yeah. It's Friday. Wax dog, what's popping, bro? Y'all know how I give it up on Friday. Yup. Zen God, what's up? Good morning, Juicy Peach, Randy Nichols, ABG. What's up? Anybody get it? For those that don't know, BK all day. Let me talk my talk. Good morning, Miss Jeanette. Good morning, Danielle Walker. How you doing this morning? What's up, my bro, Alan? Man, I know when they listen to this show, they should already know who here and who going to be here later. Anyway, man, I ain't got time to play. What's up, Millie? What's the business? Good morning, Miss Carla. What's up? Yeah. Episode 199. We back again. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, everybody that support. Thank you, everybody who shout me out and also give me very, very high respect. I do this for y'all, and I'm gonna keep it going. What's up, Miss Deja? J.E., what's good? Look, we about to get into it today. What up, Dez? Where you been at, bro? L Blue, where you been at? L Blizz, what's up? Yeah. You already know how I'm gonna do today. But we gonna touch on some stuff like we always do. This ain't nothing new. But you gotta remember, to some people it's new because some people gonna be late. Anyway, man, I ain't gonna keep talking. We're gonna get into it. So hopefully everybody feeling good. If you woke up this morning, that means you ready to go. Right? So let's talk about what we gotta get into today. We get into the second day or another day of the Nipsey Hussle trial. And it was some more things said with further detail that we're going to take another look into some of these things because it's very, very simple what's in your face. That is some type of suspect activity in this Nipsey Hussle whole scenario. We're going to talk about that, but it's really not about just the Nipsey Hussle case. It's about people who are paid, bought, and sold. I'm talking about fucking actors, all right? Actors playing a role on a stage, and they do a lot of bad acting. That's all I'm saying, man. We're gonna have some fun today. But I'm gonna be talking about this Nipsey Hussle thing, and I told y'all it's people gonna make sure they stay away from this topic. Yeah. Anyway, I'm also gonna be talking about Mr. Ben Crump. Yo, black leader Ben Crump, he got a Netflix special. He got a Netflix deal. He got a little change. He put in position because he's an entertainer. But some people think he's a leader. And he is a leader. He's just leading you in the wrong direction. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to be talking about how the White House has put out a new task force for online harassment, online hate, and gender-based violence. This is national security, and we've been talking about this. Now it's going into full effect. The White House they called the shot, and the shot they call it is a new task force to work specifically online to study behavior of people. And I'm gonna get into that. Also, it's being said that MONIQUE won her lawsuit with Netflix. I seen one report say 50 million. I don't believe that, but I'm gonna get into this too because this whole MONIQUE thing is suspect too, and I'm gonna give my opinion on that. Why? It's all simple. What up, Born Majestic? Peace. I'm also going to be talking about the Juneteenth holiday scam. Things like that. And I'm also be talking about how they also gave a report how U.S. drinking water is contaminated with toxins. Even though some of us already had that idea, some people already knew it, but they telling you what it is right now. And other than that, you know, I'm gonna talk my talk, but we're gonna get into today's episode 199, top of the top, For No Fame. Salute to the For No Fame Mafia. Salute to everybody that's pulling up for the first time. I'm glad you made it. It's the few that control the whole. Remember that. The masses ain't gonna do nothing but I was told the masses ain't gonna do nothing but die. But we talking about a spiritual death right now. We talking about people that's so dead they ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. But other than that, man, we're gonna get into today's show and let's get it. Betrayal. The Nipsey Hussle betrayal. And I'm also gonna get into how gangs ain't shit. They ain't what they used to be, all right? It's no brotherhood, it's no loyalty, it's no none of that. Everything has been infiltrated with agents. I'll just say that. Agents and people with hidden agendas. Because remember, if you have an agenda, that makes you an agent. An agent don't mean you work for the government or law enforcement. Anybody with a certain agenda, they are an agent because they're going against the grain. I'm going to get into that. But today we're gonna break down this dude Cowboy. And like I said, a lot of people, you know, when Nipsey first died, remember it was trending news. It was a lot of people was getting into the case. Salute to the people that was doing their homework. I got to give a shout out to that to Kev Gills, Coffee and Kush TV, because he been on this whole situation heavy when it first came out, to the point he was getting harassed by authorities. They was trying to back him off the case. A lot of people was chasing this case for conspiracy theory, meaning some people was just chasing it just to get money and just because it was popping. But some people was actually on this trying to prove the fraudulent behavior in this whole case. So salute to the people that was putting in the work for Nipsey. You're going to see how people been using Nipsey name. I'm talking about the ones that say they love him, but you're going to see they ain't trying to put themselves in this shit no kind of way. And like I said, I'm not here to crack no case. We just going to deal with public information, all right? We're going to look at shit for what it is. Because remember, when they work the magic tricks on these cameras and shit be going so fast, sometimes shit be so fast that you don't even peep what's in your face. So we're going to break some of this shit down real quick. It's Friday. Hold up. Let me get ready, man. I'm getting in position. What's up, Juice? What's up, Juicy? Sassy, what's up? I'm going to be cooking this morning, so I'm going to holler at y'all later. All right, boom. We're going to get into it. Let's go. Now, the Nipsey Hussle case is going on right now. And you will also notice that it's not the biggest story being covered right now. Even though I will say that yesterday I did see the big news networks, they spoke about it. They let it be known that the case is going on. I'm talking about ABC, CBS, NBC. They touched on it briefly. They did touch on it. I will say that. But I'm going to show you how certain things that trend are controlled, and then you got certain things that just don't trend because they want to keep it quiet. So we know about Nipsey Hussle. We're not going to get into all of that. Most people that been in tune got an idea what Nipsey Hussle was about when he was living. Since he has passed away, we have heard a lot of people trying to discredit him. And all I want you to do is just pay attention to everybody that discredited him. That's all you got to do. And then look at the people that was around him before he died. And then see what everybody's doing after he died. And that's how you'll see who really was down with Nick. And I don't have to say no names. But we're going to take a look at Mr. Cowboy, the individual that claimed he was Nipsey homie, 49-year-old, old man, a washed up old man. Probably was a flunky, a do-boy. And he claims the fame to be the number one man around Nipsey. And He was around Nipsey when he died, and he's supposed to heard everything. He was on trial this week. He spoke some things, but yesterday in the case, a little bit more details came out. It's really nothing new, but I'm going to show you how they expose themselves. Now, this is Mr. Cowboy. This is Cowboy, the man on the stand, the man that was with Nip. You see Nip in the background on the mural. This is the one that does all the talking. Now, let's look at this dude for a minute, because he's a clown, and he wears a lot of costumes. He's a clown, right? Now, in the Nipsey update, they said he was executed in a hail of bullets that severed his spine, puncturing his lungs 3 times and pierced his liver. They said that Nipsey Hussle was shot from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. Cowboy said he was in the store when it happened. Yesterday, we heard in court, I covered the story yesterday, Cowboy said he heard the whole confrontation of the beef. He heard when Nipsey said there's paperwork out on Shitty Cuz, aka Eric Holder. All right. Nipsey allegedly said to Shitty Cuz, there's paperwork out on you. You need to go handle that. Shitty Cuz allegedly told Nipsey, you hating on me. Cowboy said he heard the whole conversation. Then Cowboy said he heard after Nipsey got shot, he heard when Eric Holder walked up on him and kicked him in the head and said, you through. And then Nipsey allegedly said, you got me. Allegedly, Cowboy heard all of this. But my point is, yesterday, Cowboy, they say he was in the store. How the fuck was you in the store and you heard all of this? So you basically said you heard it before Nipsey got killed, you heard after he got killed, but you was in the store. And you ain't do nothing, like I said. But you was with him when it happened. Now, let's look at it. Would you trust a nigga like this? If somebody in your family got killed and a nigga like this told you what happened, would you believe that nigga? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna deal with simple shit. I'm gonna show you how a lot of this shit is very simple. It's not hard. And I'm not accusing this man of nothing. I'm just saying I know a fraud when I smell one. You get it? I know a fraud when I smell one. Now, also remember when the Nipsey Hussle mural got disrespected and written on, remember they drew on it, and they did the same exact thing they did the Prodigy's mural in New York City when he died. My point is, when Nipsey Hussle died, the mural you see in the back got disrespected, and who was the first one there? Who was the first one doing all the talking at the mural? I could have sworn it was Mr. Cowboy. You see, this is him holding money at the Nipsey Hussle mural. This was after that happened. You see him flashing the money? All right, but boom. That's not my point. I'm going to show you how whenever something happened, he the one always there. I could have sworn Nipsey Hussle was in the neighborhood rolling 60s gang. But if you notice something, nobody from the gang really talks out for Nipsey. Or maybe they want to talk, but they don't let him talk. All you got to understand is he is the #1 man in position to do all the talking for Nip. He's the one that knows everything. He's the one that knows it all. The before the killing, after the killing, he knows it all. He's the spokesman for Nipsey Hussle now. And I'm pretty sure certain people don't want to involve themselves in it. They don't want to incriminate themselves. But I want you to see the pattern of how this man come from one of the biggest gangs in California, but he's the only spokesman. Now let's look at some more. I'm going to show you something very, very simple. As you see right here, Mr. Cowboy with the Nipsey jersey on with the 60 on the back. Looking like he big cuz, like he big Crip. But what you notice about this picture? The nigga is posing at a crime scene. See the officer in the back? See the yellow tape? The nigga is posing. The question is, who took the picture? And why was he posing for the picture? And you got to understand something, because a lot of y'all get tricked. When you see these pictures, they are not camera phones. These are professional pictures. So question number one, why is he posing strategically at the crime scene with a Nipsey jersey on, posing for the camera? Let me ask you a simple ass fucking question. For a lot of y'all who know about crime scenes, you know about murder scenes, some people from the hood, some of y'all not, but you know about a damn crime scene, you seen specials. When have you seen somebody posing at a crime scene for a camera? When have you seen that? Now, we know about people getting caught on camera. We know about that. I want to show you a nigga posing strategically. And if you look at the side of his face, he look like a fucking crackhead. The nigga look like he smoked Sherm. That's the face of a junkie, in my opinion. When you see a face like that, you will never trust a nigga face like that. But he's the Crip that was with Nipsey before he died and after he died. That's Cuz right there. Once again, strategically posing with the police in the background by the yellow tape. Strategically posing. You could tell this, for people that know about footage, this is a professional picture from a photographer, strategically taken, in my opinion. Mr. Cowboy. And we supposed to trust this nigga. We supposed to believe what he say. And we already know he's downplaying it. He downplaying the whole thing because right now it's portrayed as it was just a personal beef. Because it was said that Nipsey was allegedly hating on Shitty Cuz. Hating on a nigga that he doing 10 times better than. He gonna hate on a bum ass nigga. You believe that dumb shit if you want to. But according to Cowboy, that's the truth. That's what he said in court under oath. That's what it is. So we're gonna have to go with that. Nipsey was hating on Shitty Cuz. That's what Cowboy said. So that's what it is. But I'm gonna show you a nigga strategically posing, and then when some shit happen, he's strategically the only one there. Mind you, I'm gonna keep saying that Nipsey come from a big gang. But where the gang be at? Where the homies? So basically, all Nipsey did was hang with a washed up nigga named Cowboy. That's the image being portrayed. Cowboy. Does he not look like a weirdo? Ladies, would you take a man like this serious? To the mothers and fathers, if your child got killed and a man like this pulled up and told, would you take him serious? Now I'm going to show you why I don't take him serious. For those that know, all you got to do is look at the handshake. For those that know. We know how we dap up in the hood. We know what a handshake is. Yeah, we know what a business shake is. Look at the handshake for those that know what I'm talking about. I told you they always expose themselves. And look at Mr. Farrakhan smiling. Now, I understand Farrakhan he gave the Nipsey Hussle speech. He has nothing to do with this. But look at Farrakhan smiling, saluting Mr. Cowboy. See? A lot of shit is right in your face for those that know what's going on in this picture. Doesn't it all look staged? Do you see the professional photography? Do you see how everything is just, you dig? Let me show you. All you got to do is look at the handshake for those that know what it is, what that means. So I'm just showing you. Once again, they go one of your black leaders. They go one of your leaders. He don't do too much talking about what's going on now, but he made sure when it was time at that time, he pulled up at Nipsey event. And I know, when I was younger, I did grow up on Minister Farrakhan. He did drop a lot of jewels. He does have a lot of knowledge. I would sit here and be a fraud if I told y'all that some of the things that shaped and molded me coming up did come from Minister Farrakhan. But he was getting all his knowledge from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So he wasn't really doing nothing different. We also know that Minister Farrakhan was accused of having something to do with Malcolm X. And Minister Farrakhan also came out his own mouth and said it, that he did say and do certain things to agitate the killing of Malcolm X. And he apologized to Malcolm X kids. So this is not no freestyle. This ain't no shit I'm just making up. But Malcolm X's death, when it happened, Minister Farrakhan, his name was floating around that whole Malcolm X situation. And when Malcolm X died, you see who came into power after Malcolm X was dead. So you hear about the Scientology and all of that. You heard about it. All you got to know is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't teach none of that. But I do understand knowledge is infinite and you're supposed to seek knowledge forever. And I do understand why, you know, some people evolve into different things. But you have to know about the Church of Scientology to really know what's going on. I'm not going to get into that. But this is Hollywood. Don't keep that in mind, too. This is Hollywood. This happened in L.A., California, Hollywood. There's a lot of actors. But this is one of your leaders linking up with Shitty Cuz. Pardon me, not Shitty Cuz. Cowboy. You see all these clown names? Cowboy. My bad. Cowboy. And this Shitty Cuz. To me, it's a joke. All right? But I'm going to show you how this shit all is. It's a game, right? It's a game. So they ain't link up with the Crip gang. They ain't link up with the homies that really be on patrol. That really that be dealing with that security in the hood. No, they made sure they kept certain homies out of that. They made sure they kept the gang away from this. And they got Minister Farrakhan. And my point is, you got to also remember Nipsey Hussle was supposed to meet with the police that same week. Then also after Nipsey Hussle died, Rock Nation came out with a special edition of LAPD hats, and they were blue. The same color blue like he got on right here. It's all facts. Saying nothing spectacular. I ain't saying, I'm just telling you what happened because people forget. And Nipsey was doing his thing, but this is messed up. As soon as he got with Rock Nation, a lot of bad things happened to him. We neither here nor there. He should have stayed independent. He should have stayed out the way. Because some people didn't like what Nipsey Hussle was trying to do. They didn't like him promoting Dr. Sebi. Now, mind you, Dr. Sebi been out for years. Y'all know Left Eye was dealing with Dr. Sebi. You also know, mysteriously, Left Eye died when she was going to visit Dr. Sebi. People forget about that. Dr. Sebi was the man that tried to challenge HIV and AIDS, things like that. I don't got to get into Dr. Sebi. If you don't know, you should already know. He taught you about alkaline stuff. He told you about the stuff you're supposed to be eating and the stuff you're not. He taught about health. But soon as this man started talking about Dr. Sebi, look what happened to him. Then, okay, forget all that. Remember last year or a year and a half ago when Nick Cannon said he was going to pick up the Dr. Sebi special, being that Nipsey died? What happened to Nick Cannon? Did he not get slandered and almost lost all his fucking money and all his jobs when he started talking that Dr. Sebi shit? Oh, yeah, okay. Then when Nick Cannon got shut down and they disciplined that nigga, then they gave him back his show Wild 'N Out and arrested him, and he took that fucking shit off his head. Nick Cannon don't want to talk that Hebrew Israelite stuff no more. He don't want to talk none of that. None of that black, none of that. Because when he tried to talk that Dr. Sebi documentary, you see that got swept under the rug. And it's real simple. Anytime somebody is for you or trying to at least try to help you just a little bit, somehow magically something weird happens to them. But we neither here nor there. Because you can't play in their world and think you're going to have your way. I told you it don't work like that. If you're going to stay independent, you got to stay independent. If you're going to stay underground, stay underground. Once you start playing with them for their money and their checks and their limelight and their spotlight, basically they own your ass. That's how the shit go. You dig? So a lot of people didn't like Nipsey. They didn't like what he stood for. That's just facts. And you got to understand, you got a lot of agents out here. There was a lot of agents around Nick. What's an agent? An agent is a person with a personal agenda, and most of the time their agenda is to go against the grain or to stop what you are trying to do. That's what an agent is. An agent is also a backstabber, an infiltrator, a backdoorer. You get it? An agent is a stumbling block. That's it. Somebody trying to throw you off your path. So let's look at Mr. Cowboy once again, like I said, because people just pulled up. You can see this picture is strategically taken at the crime scene. At a crime scene. Police in the background. This is a professional picture, strategically taken. I'm going to say it one more time. When have you ever seen somebody take a picture at a crime scene, posing for the camera? And from the side view, you can see his face is sucked in. And I've been around for a long time. When you see a man's face sucked in like that, he's on some type of drugs. Crack, meth, sherm, dip. In my opinion, he's a junkie. In my opinion. Because this nigga right here look like he high out his mind. He looks high. And he's a joke. Nigga, far as we know, that's Nipsey Hussle chain on his neck. We don't know. But I'm showing you how everybody you think is real is not real. How everybody you think is solid is not solid. And my point is this. I'm going to say it the last time. Nipsey come from a big game, but why is he always the only one talking for Nipsey Hussle on his behalf? The same one that pulled up at the mural when it got spray painted. He is Nipsey Hussle's spokesman. As if Nipsey Hussle didn't have no more solid people around him. Is this man a puppet? Is he an actor? Is he an infiltrator? Because remember, he said he heard the conversation before Nipsey got killed. He heard the conversation after. But yesterday in court, it was said that he was in the store. So which one was it? Who cares? It's a game, all right? And Cowboy is the star player in a Hollywood film called The Betrayal of Nipsey, all right? And probably when they finish with him, something gonna happen to him too. Allegedly, he might end up somewhere passed out. Because once again, he might know too much. That's just how it go. You dig? So don't be surprised at what you're seeing. This is how the game go. Salute to the chat. I see y'all up in here. Once upon a time with Lil Mario. What's up? The Chicks 1000. What's good? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yep. Back. You see that? That's right. Cowboy is a clown. You see him right there flossing the money. You see him flossing the bread. You see him playing. You see he look like a dirty, dusty ass old head that's finally happy to get some money. Finally happy to be in position. Now, mind you, they portray him as being Nipsey Hussle's number one man, number one person. And I'm pretty sure it's some real people that was around Nipsey that probably don't want nothing to do with this shit. They know it's something funny. They know it's suspect. But all I want you to understand is this man they keep putting in your face, he's Nipsey Hussle's spokesman. What's up, Rondell? He's the spokesman, right? And he is a clown. That's right. He's a jester. He's playing games. These are strategically taking pictures because they talk in signs and symbols. And he strategically is taking these pictures at the crime scene with the police in the background. This is not a picture from a camera phone. Let me say it one more time. I'm going to show you the difference. See, some people get thrown off. A lot of these pictures are not from cameras. They are professional, strategic pictures, lights, camera, action. And they get to taking the pictures, all right? Just like this one. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I'll return to this. And like I said, a lot of people frauds, and they've been playing with that man's name. Try to say this man was fruity, all type of stuff. Allegations that have not been proven, make false narratives. Everybody was cool with him, allegedly, but nobody has been coming to his defense. Everybody has been taking shots, and everybody has been trying to capitalize. But that's what niggas do. The point of what I'm telling you is to show you how your people are frauds. And a lot of your people are all about money. They're going to talk that talk, but they ain't about that life because they all work for master. You get it? Now let's go into Mr. Ben Crump, who recently got a Netflix deal. Yeah, Ben Crump getting to the bag. And for those that don't know, he also did the Tupac documentary with a lot of fabrications in that story because he's an actor. He's a paid bought and sold actor, but you think he's an activist. No, he's an actor. And a lot of y'all think he's a leader. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at our brother, Mr. Ben Crump. And some people call him the ultimate ambulance chaser, the supreme clout chaser at the head of the council. He sits in a chair at the boardroom of clout chasers. Ha ha ha. Once again, how many times we seen the same pose in a picture? Do you see how they strategically make that pose to portray an image? We seen Malcolm X do it. I broke it down in a Dr. Umar special, how he was doing it. You seen Obama do it, because some people also don't know that that is a Masonic gesture. Allegedly. It's no coincidence they all take that picture. You got to peep what's going on. But a lot of y'all already know. They all take this same picture. You see him posing for the camera to make you think he's a wise man. He's a righteous black man. He's for the people. It's all about imagery. Now we're going to get into Ben Crump. We got to start off with the imagery to show you that they all do the same shit. They do the same sign, the same symbol, because they feel like you sleep and you stupid. So let's check out Ben Crump, because Ben Crump, he got a Netflix deal. All right. And he also been interviewed. He has some things to say. We got to listen to what this man said. Ben Crump said, no doubt black folks will win the war for equality. He said we will win the war for equality. For those who don't know what equality means, it means that all of us will be equal one day. Equality just means to be equal. So this nigga is saying we're in the war to be treated equally. That's what he said. But anyway, I'm gonna get into that. All right. He said black people have overcome the most hardest circumstances, and he has no doubt that the community will continue to progress in the future. No matter how concerning things appear today, Ben Crump said everything gonna be okay. Now, I could have sworn a couple episodes I was just talking about how none of the leaders are speaking in your defense of what's actually going on, like how Moneybag Joe said out his mouth he ain't giving no reparations. How a lot of things Moneybag Joe have been doing against the grain, people like him are not speaking up of what's really going on. My point is they're not even, let's throw out the black stuff out the window. These leaders are not even speaking about social economics. They're not even telling you that the economy is crashing and black people get your stuff in order. They're not even going to tell you that, because they are under oath to shut up and hopefully you'll be asleep and get wiped away. But this man said black people will overcome the most hardest circumstances, and he has no doubt the black community will continue to progress. The question is, Mr. Ben Crump, how are we progressing right now? That's why I told you, for one, let me get this clear for those that know, it ain't no black community. The black community is a game of putting people in a box, so eventually they're going to wrap that box up and ship you off. It's a joke. All right? I have more faith in my community on YouTube than a black community. You get it? That's why we got community guidelines. Everybody got their own community. Nowadays, the real community is online. Let's leave it at that. And I'm being funny. Ben Crump said, do you hear? I'm showing you how he's giving slave talk. Still calling us black folks. Still using Martin Luther King slang. Black folks. White folks. Do you hear this shit he talking about? Look. He's saying that we will win the war. Black folks will win the war on equality. Do you see any equality out here? Do you see anything being equal? Do you see anything working in people's favor? But this is what he's saying. But he's saying it's a war because he's trying to make it like he's the one fighting the war. So as long as I portray myself as fighting for the people, I can keep getting paid and they'll keep making me their leader. Like you heard niggas say, thank you for sponsoring this war. Niggas always creating fake ass wars so they can make it look like they the ones fighting, but they ain't doing shit but stuffing pockets. all right, and acting, and they get paid for acting. So he's saying that black people will overcome. And now we're going to get into some of the things that black people are not overcoming right now as we speak. And he is not talking about that, because I told you, they will talk you to death about race, but they're not going to talk to you to death about finance and economy, businesses, saving, investments. This is the new world. This is what black people need to hear. We don't have to hear, and I'm just saying alleged black people, right? I'm talking about black. I'm talking about poor people, period. I'm talking about the underdogs, all right? We need to know about how to win. We don't need to hear about how people was getting hit upside their head back in the day and hung from trees. And we don't need to keep hearing about people getting shot. We need to know about how we're going to live. But he said we will win the war for equality, which is basically saying that black people are not considered as human beings. Remember, 3/5 of a human being. You're not equal in the eyes of the law. He knows the 13th Amendment, but he ain't going to buck or rebel on that 13th Amendment. He going to play a position. And the point of the matter is, look, as long as the 13th Amendment, there is no equality. Do you understand that? Because long as you call yourself black, you're considered an ex-slave, you are considered property, and you'll never be equal because you're considered 3/5 of a human being. He knows that. So how can you be equal? So Ben Crump, if you want to go hard for so-called black people, you're supposed to be trying to get the 13th Amendment wiped out. But you're not going to do that because you want to portray to be a leader. And he is a leader. It's just that he's leading in the wrong direction. So let's get into Ben Crump. And he also says that even though we're going through these circumstances, he said he has no doubt the community will prosper in the future. But I told you, the way it's set up, a lot of people ain't going to make it to the future. Why? Because of the economy, inflation, money, business. Other than that, you ain't making it to no future. And he knows that. So that's why he got a Netflix film coming out. He's getting paid. He's cashing out. And my point is, he also said we are better off than we were yesterday. And we're going to be better tomorrow. How are we better off than yesterday? We fucking worse. If you don't believe me, or I told you, go into your life when you grew up. Just look at your life growing up with how things, just all you got to do is look at how things used to be. Look at how it is now. Tell me which one is better. You going to tell me now it's better than before? Or was before better than it is now? But according to this nigga, he said, we doing better today. We progressing. We straight. We coming up like the Jeffersons. I'm showing you a double talking snake. And he's dark skinned. He's your brother. But he said things are going better today than tomorrow. Now, I told you he's dropping a special on Netflix called Civil Ben Crump. And my point is he's dropping it on Juneteenth to remind you again that you're a slave. Juneteenth is the celebration of slavery. But everybody wasn't a slave, allegedly. And even for the people that was a slave, why do we have to keep being reminded and celebrating holiday? Why we got to keep celebrating trauma? What do we get out of celebrating slavery? And I know people going to be mad, but I don't care. What are we going to get out of keep reminding ourselves of slavery? We was taught slavery as a child. We seen Roots. We seen the Herd. We keep being reminded. They want to keep reminding you you're a slave. You're a slave. You're a slave. You come from nothing. You're trash. Do you get it? But we know recently a lot of people have been doing research, and a lot of people understand their true history, that their ancestors and their family members were not in slavery, because everybody of melanated complexion was not a slave. We know this today, Trump, or should I say Crump? Pardon me. We know this today, so you can't keep tricking us. We know, a lot of us know who we are now. So my point is this. When you're dealing with a fraud, they're always going to tell on themselves. Now, he has a Netflix special dropping on Juneteenth. already paid. Also, I told you all your celebrities been getting paid from Netflix. Netflix is the new Hollywood. And I'm going to get into Monique. I'm going to get into her too. But they all are together. They all are together. All of them. They're paid to lead you astray. So let's get into the actor, Crump. And mind you, this whole film he got coming out, documentary, is about all the things that took place that he put his face on it. Starting with the Trayvon Martin, things of that nature. So let's take a look at your leader, Ben Crump. As you see him with Trayvon Martin parents. For those that been doing their research for a while, you know the full details about the Trayvon Martin case. As far as not the case, you know what's really going on with his parents, with his daddy. You know what his dad was really affiliated with. Some people feel like they sacrificed that boy. But I told you, all you got to do is look at the pictures, and you can see from the picture, look at Ben Crump's face. Does he look like a grimy ass nigga that you don't want no parts of in real life? I'm just being real. It's my opinion. Oh, well. What y'all think? Yeah. You know about it. You seen it. Yeah, that's right. The father's one of them. For those that know. For people that be on their studies and know what's what, you got to know what's going on, man. You got people working against you. You got people sacrificing kids. You got crisis actors. Y'all know about the crisis actors, but you just thought the crisis actors was white people. You got crisis actors. You got staged events going on out here. So look at Crump. Look like he's scheming on a dollar, don't he? All right? We're going to get into some more with Crump because I told you the picture going to tell it all. They shouldn't take pictures. And once again, I'm showing you stage picture. When you see a picture like this, it is staged. The camera is dead in their face, and it's a professional camera. Keep that in mind. Ben Crump, once again, look at the woman's face. Do you see any tears? You see makeup? Do you see any tears? And we already know people that have been paying attention to this. You know, we already know about a lot of this stuff. A lot of them, they don't shed no tears. They just be wilding and but it don't be no real tear. And all this is to get you worked up. It gets you worked up, and you start marching. Black Lives Matter. Oh, that's messed up how they doing us. They still killing black people. They still doing it. All this shit is to get you worked up. Once again, Ben Crump, fake ass Martin Luther King. Look at his face. All you got to do, look at the face. Keep in mind, professional camera footage. Looking dead at the camera, posing. Shit is easy to see, man. It's not hard. But they can trick you on that video because you can't slow it down. When you slow down these pictures, do you see this man? He a freedom fighter? Is he trying to look like he's from the 60s? Is he trying to portray that image of a Martin Luther King? Is he a black man trying to have us stuck in the past, still calling us black folks? Who still talk like that? The key is to keep you in the past. Keep reminding you you come from nothing. Keep reminding you ain't shit. You ain't never going to be shit. You second class. Matter of fact, you're fifth class, and you ain't shit. That's why he's dropping this shit on Juneteenth, to keep drilling in your head that you a slave. Because they realize a lot of people have been waking up. And not only that, a lot of people already been woke. But niggas like him got to keep pushing the agenda. Kumbaya. Once again, stage picture. Look behind Ben Crump. You see the camera lady right there. Do you see the white woman right there with the headphones in the camera? She's behind him. Stage pictures. Do you see the fake black power fist of justice? Do you see it? Do you see his OG, Reverend Al Sharpton? Because Al Sharpton has passed the torch. They work for the same people. Al Sharpton has been working for NBC, so he has been chilling. He ain't got no parts to do with none of this ever since Trump been in office. That's why you don't hear Al Sharpton saying shit. The last event he pulled up at, they was slandering that nigga. And they was slandering Trump too. I mean, Crump. Really, his name is Chump. He's a chump. And for those that know about other studies, you know who Crumpus is. You know about Crispus Crumpus. You know about Crumpus. Then you understand why his name Crump. But you see the fake black power look for the camera once again. Posing for cameras, paid actors. Once again, the black power fist with Al Sharpton. These are images. Look at the black lady in the background smiling. If somebody has died and they're fighting for our rights, what the hell is so funny? Why is she posing and smiling for the camera? And what I learned a long time ago, they said that Jesse Jackson taught a lot of them back in a long time ago. He taught them always stay in front of the camera. This is old Jesse Jackson tricks as well. That's why you heard the stories about where Martin Luther King died. Rest in peace, Steve Coakley, who broke the story on the whole thing behind Martin Luther King's death. And it was said that allegedly, after Martin Luther King died, Jesse Jackson went up to that man and put his blood on his shirt. And after that, that's when Jesse Jackson became the new black leader that didn't do shit neither, but he allegedly taught all of them to stay in front of the camera. Anytime you get an opportunity to get in front of the camera, you pull up and jump in front of that camera. And they passed the baton, and this is a formula and a recipe to lead black people astray. This is why, if you're a black person, this is your leader, because they said your leader was selected. How you know? You didn't select this man. You just heard Crump was just thrown out there to you. He just popped up on the scene like Al Sharpton and the rest of them. You ain't vote for these people. They was given to you. You ain't asked for this. But they're your leaders, allegedly. When it comes to that camera and the masses, that's your leader. Crump. Once again, posing for the camera, paid picture. I told you, they actors, they frauds. They ain't gonna do shit but do Netflix specials and act out in public because the movie and the script is written and they gotta act it out in real life. It's no more Hollywood. Hollywood is dead. So all you gotta do, what they say, follow the money. Oh, Netflix are hiring a lot of black actors, giving out bags. Netflix paid Crump because maybe Crump is an actor and an entertainer. Do you get it? And guess what? Everything he's about to do on Juneteenth is based on all of these tragedies. All of these tragedies. The recent tragedies that we keep hearing about. George Floyd, the #1 topic. Breonna Taylor. You know the names. There's so many names, I get them all mixed up. But these people's death are going to be the highlights of Ben Crump's documentary on Netflix. And we don't know how much money he got. But he got paid. Showing you. Do you still believe everybody black is your people? Do you still believe in a black community? Ain't no black community. But it is a community of death and destruction and false images of fake-ass leaders that work for somebody else, all right? Or should I say, they're working against you. That's my opinion. But this ain't nothing new. I told you they don't hide the shit. They put it right in your face. Just like this right here. I'm going to say it again. Cowboy look like a fucking junkie. But look at the handshake he giving Minister Farrakhan. Look at the handshake. Some of y'all got to learn. I ain't got to break everything down. The people that know what I'm talking about, you see it very, very clear. Frauds. Black power. Right? Now, let's get into Monique real quick because Monique ties into this a little bit, in my opinion. Miss Monique allegedly is being reported she getting paid from Netflix. She won a lawsuit, allegedly. But I'm going to give my opinion on this whole thing. All right? Now, look. Monique, you ain't slick. You ain't slick at all. Now check this out. check this out. Now, y'all remember I did this episode right here. When Monique forgave Lee Daniels. And for those that saw this episode, I explained how they gave the details on how Lee Daniels got a deal with Netflix. And he got some type of scary movies coming out. And allegedly, Monique was supposed to be in this particular film on Netflix. So my point I'm making is she been cool with Netflix. That's my point. That's my point. She been cool with Netflix. But now they got to make the narrative like she was a freedom fighter for the black woman. And now she's suing Netflix. And she allegedly was suing them, and she allegedly got paid $50 million. I saw a bogus report. I ain't see it everywhere, so I ain't gonna say that's fact. But she allegedly got paid. Now, this is my point. It seems to me, in my opinion, they made some type of agreement. Netflix will look good by making it look like they paid her off for her case. Monique will look good, get her supporters back, make her look like she's a black power fighter for black women. Because remember, black woman, when shit get fucked up and they want your money, they always cry for your support. But when they get in position, they forget about you. Now, let's not remember how Monique was campaigning for the big girls and she used to slander skinny women. That was part of her whole act. That was her whole act, slandering thin women. But that's not my point. She was promoting bad health and getting paid at the same time. Soon as she got a chance to get in position, she started losing weight when it wasn't beneficial to be big no more. That's not my point. My point is, I'm going to show you how they telling themselves. Now, Monique allegedly is going to be working with Netflix. I'm going to ask you a simple-ass question. This goes for anybody. Simple and plain. If somebody discriminated against you, let's say a job discriminated against you. Let's say a job tried to play you. Would you still go back and work for them? You claim they violated you. You claim they disrespected you, but you're going to still go back and work for them. Actually, that's the same exact tactic that Kaepernick did. The NFL paid his ass off because a lot of y'all didn't know about the kneeling ritual that they was doing in America all over. That was a ritual, the kneeling ritual, and they got everybody to participate in it. He was the leader of it, but we neither here nor there. But a lot of people forget that Kaepernick got paid off. So when they was portraying the image to you like the NFL did them dirty, that's fucked up. Nigga got paid off like $30 million. What are you talking about? They just disguised the payoff through Nike. Do you get it? So now you seeing Kaepernick perpetrating like he want to come back to the NFL when all that shit is a front. He ain't coming back. Why? How are you going to come back to somebody that allegedly violated you and you sued them and got paid? No, Kaepernick got paid for the job he did of distracting. That's why he's a Kappa. He also is in the Kappa fraternity. A lot of people didn't know that. Colin Kaepernick is in the Kappa fraternity, also included within the Boule. All right? A Kappa. Not just a Kappa lying ass nigga. He is a Kappa. Fraternal organization. A lot of people didn't know that. That whole Kaepernick thing was a ritual. Monique is part of the game. Now let's rewind. Did her and DL Hughley not have a beef going on? I told you that shit was fake. They was beefing and bickering over a so-called who headlining. That ain't no real argument. That's some bullshit. You know why? We both getting paid. And we both stood on the same show ticket. It was a front to help springboard Monique back in the game and get a name back buzzing. Get them all back buzzing. The kings of comedy, queens of comedy, get them back buzzing. Now, guess what? They all got Netflix deals. Now, allegedly in the beginning, she was mad because she got turned down for a $500,000 deal. You know, she didn't get turned down, should I say correct. She turned down the deal. Netflix offered her $500,000, but she was pocket watching. She wanted to get the same money everybody else got. So allegedly she denied it. When it's already said that Lee Daniels only paid her $30,000 to do Precious. So she tried to make it like $500,000 wasn't good. And according to Hollywood, you get paid according to your resume. You got $30,000 for Precious. Netflix offered you $500,000, but you try to act like it wasn't good enough. That's not my point. She wanted to stir the pot with the black people and get the black people involved. So now, allegedly, in my opinion, Netflix paid her off so she could perform on their channel. Basically, they paid her to do some work. And the money she got paid to be on Netflix They're trying to make it look like it's a payout to deceive people so you won't be able to peep that she sold out. I'm going to say it again. If you had a problem with these people and they discriminated with you, why the fuck would you go back and work for them? And why are you making up with Lee Daniels when you said they did you dirty? Because you know you want to get back in the loop. You want to get that money back. You want to be back in position because times is hard after the pandemic. And Monique don't want to be poor. That's my opinion. Monique, Netflix. Ben Crump, Netflix. Chris Rock smacked in the face, Netflix. Dave Chappelle rushed on stage, Netflix. I told you Netflix is the new Hollywood. All your black people running like kids to Netflix to get paid. And I told you, my opinion, the hood made Netflix lit. Now look at Netflix. They want to overcharge you. You can't share nothing. And all the celebrities ran to Netflix. And you don't even know who Netflix is. You don't even know to this day who they are. You don't know who run that shit. But all you got to know is Monique took a bag from Netflix disguised as a lawsuit. That's my opinion. Because Netflix did not want to give any comments about the so-called lawsuit. And they said when they offered her the money in the past, it was a fair offer. So they don't have no apologies to make. But all you got to know is Monique and Netflix is doing business. It was already spoken once Lee Daniels went over there and she apologized. They was going to be working together on his film. Now she found a way to get some money for herself so she can do her own comedy stand-up. Now you see why the beef with DL Hughley on tour was the springboard to help her get a Netflix special. Do you see the game? Because let's be real. Monique got her own channel, don't she? Does she not give advice? Does she not go live with her husband? Let's be real. Could Monique not have did her own comedy special on her own channel? Could she not have did a comedy special on pay-per-view? Yes, she could have. And she still could have made money. But that's not the point. She wants to get the Netflix money like everybody else because she's with the shit. When y'all gonna understand this, man? So that's why I'm trying to tell you. Before we didn't know these things. Now that you know, the point of all of this is to not let your kids worship none of this shit. We got tricked. We all got finesse, but we grown now. You shouldn't be getting tricked no more. You shouldn't be fucking worshiping these people. And the main thing you should do is teach your kids, look, it's just entertainment. It's just music. It's just comedy. Don't believe shit, all right? Don't worry about them off the screen, off the record. Don't worry about their personal life. They business is their business, but when she got a personal problem with a corporation, she want to make it a black woman problem, a black people thing. You see what they always do? When they got a personal strife, they make it a black thing, the black community. They put us all together. Let's go, black community. Let's get mad. You see that? But when everything is going smooth for them, they shut the fuck up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when shit is going bad for us in the street, in the community, in the world, they don't speak up for us. They want us to go hard for them, but they don't go hard for us. That is my point. Because Monique is a gesture. She is a clown paid by the higher ups to make you laugh and be distracted. That's her job, all right? And she's good at it. Yes, she's funny. Yeah, whatever. Because some of y'all be getting mad. I don't care. I'm just showing you your whole life you've been worshiping people. And these people you worshiping, they still getting paid. They ain't doing shit for you. When you going to learn this shit? Guess what? We are the only people that do this shit. When they watch Tom Hanks, they understand that, man, he's just an actor. When they see Brad Pitt, he's just an actor. They know that. Britney Spears, they know you the only one that keep thinking these people are your family members and they're your fucking leaders. Because that is the biggest joke. They gave you celebrities and entertainers as your leaders. What am I talking about? I just showed you Ben Crump. He is an entertainer. He is given to you as a leader. All your people you look up to are fucking entertainers. That's why you're a big joke, because every other people across the world don't look up to no fucking entertainers. That's the difference. They understand that. They are just entertainers. Damn, that was a good movie he made. That was a good album he made. They know that. Same thing with fraternal orders. Let's keep it real. See, same thing with these fraternal organizations. A lot of people, all races, all colleges get into these frats and sororities. The difference is, as they say, When so-called white people get older, they leave the fraternities behind, meaning they don't broadcast it. They don't still march and be proud of the shit, meaning they understand that's a college thing, that's a small thing. But the point I'm making is what was said, that being that black people don't know their culture, everything they put their hands on, they make their lifestyle. Fraternity, sorority, hip-hop, you get it? Gangbang. Everything is your culture except for your real culture that you have no knowledge of. So even if it's a white person that's in or it don't matter, Asian, you pick a race. If they in any type of organization, you won't even know that shit because they're not going to wear the symbol on their car. They're not going to put on a big ass jacket, a big ass hat. They're not going to be stepping, marching, and doing all this because they understand that's for college. They understand they did that when they was a child. When they get older, they move different. But only your people, they take pride in all that shit. They still throw up signs when they get older. They proud to still rep their college frat, even though they grown as fuck out of college. And these are some of the same people that promote Juneteenth. And I'm not going to get in all of that. I'm just trying to show y'all we in Revelation, and guess what? They're exposing themselves. So I'm not doing nothing but showing you people are frauds, okay? Monique, fraud. Netflix deal, big bag, right? Ben Crump, fraud. Netflix deal, big bag. And then you'll see why all your people try to get their last bit of dollar entertainment, they're running on Netflix. Do you understand? That's why I said what I said. When I told you paid, bought, and sold. And the ones that ain't sell out, they trying to sell out. They trying their best to sell out right now. Told you this shit. And it's real simple. I'm just showing you the pattern of your people. And I'm being funny at the same time. Who up in here? I ain't been checking the chat. Chopper, what's up? Hey, I know y'all pulling up, man. I know I'm working right now. Salute to the chat. Salute to the people listening. We here. It's Friday. TGIF. You should already know that. But anyway, man, let's get back into some other stuff, man. All right. Now, this is big news, and it's very serious. It's very real. The White House made a statement yesterday. The White House has put together a special task force to tackle online abuse, on harassment, online harassment. They're going to be watching for online harassment, online hate, and gender-based violence. And this has to do with national security. And they're saying due to the fact of the Buffalo shooting, the shooting that happened in Texas, remember how they said both of those so-called mass shooters went online and described everything they was going to do? Do you remember the subway shooter in New York City when they said he was on social media? And I already spoke on how they've been watching YouTube and these platforms because I know how they talk. When they tell you certain things, that means they're going to start paying extra detail and attention to these platforms. But the White House put together a task force because they are watching for all anti-American activity and talk, as well as harassing, stalking, for fucking with people. It's a task force out for that right now. It is officially a crime. It's been a crime, but it's for real now. And it also got to do with people that's highly opinionated and talk a lot of anti-talk and slanderous things. So remember, it's in place for high issues, but it also applies to the low issues. So I told you, all that talk people do online, I'ma see you when I see you, niggas on this lit pop, all that's incriminating talk. All that stalking people out that you don't know, that's online harassment. But all you got to know is the White House put together a specific task force to look over all of these things. And they say the task force will not be focused on particular platforms, but rather the role of platforms in social media. more generally. So they talking sideways. They saying they will not be focused on particular platforms, meaning they're not going to just be watching certain ones, but they're going to be basically watching all of them. And certain things they're going to be looking for, as we spoke about, certain keywords and trigger words. All right? The task force aims to tackle health and violence stemming from online harassment, because we also know that also goes under the C-19 talk. Anything you talking that's anti, they're going to be on your ass. Anything that's anti, you are a threat to national security. This falls under that umbrella. Any type of illegal conduct, including cyber stalking, like how motherfuckers made a picture of me that don't even know me, that's cyber stalking. When niggas harass you, people harass you that don't know you, that's cyber stalking. That is a crime through the White House now, task force. They looking for shit like that. So I'm just trying to tell people, all that shit that niggas been doing, that shit over with. Because guess what? They're using that shit for excuse to watch you and snatch you up. And if you get snatched up for national security issues, you're going to get put in a fucking FEMA camp. For the people that work for FEMA, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know about a FEMA camp, it's when you get put somewhere, you don't get no out calls, no incoming calls, and it's no date on when your ass get released. This is what's going on. This is what it is. They just dropped this yesterday. Remember, all these different task forces, remember, they put together the PPP task force. They put together the Ghost Gun task force. It's so many task forces right now, because did I not tell you yesterday the war's right here? Did I not tell you all funds are being targeted against the people? But really, it's the people that don't know how to act. It's the people that are really destroying the country from within, all right? The people that are destroying these platforms or using these platforms for wickedry. These platforms are for business, socializing, stuff like that. But people are using it for a lot of bullshit, wicked shit, fuck shit, and now they hot. They made it hot, and they on it. They watching the shit. We know people have been getting killed over internet beefs, shit like that. So it applies to so many different things. Also, they said, like when you have sex with somebody and you call yourself putting them on blast, exposing them, they watching for that behavior as well. That all falls under the task force. Like, you know how dudes will get mad at a chick, put on blast, like what Rob Kardashian did to China, Black China. That falls under this task force of national security. So they watching all these platforms more than ever. And don't get it twisted. A lot of this got to also do with watching these so-called truth movements. Watching these so-called conspiracy theorists. It's so much fall under these platforms. I'm just trying to tell you, anything you do considered anti, you putting a big scope on you. And you got to understand with this, they just knock on your door. That's it. And they take your computer. But the White House. So all you got to do is ask yourself a question. Why is the White House putting together a task force for strictly online activity, watching all the platforms? That's the only question you got to ask. Now, what you do with that question, that's on you. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just telling you what the news is. They watching everything higher than ever. Why you think all these people been getting indicted? But not only that, now they're telling you they're watching for many different things. Cyber stalking is the main one. Sexual exploitation, stuff like that. When you call yourself put somebody on blast sexually. Those are heavy crimes now by national. Mind you, those are not local crime, basic crime. That's national security shit now. And I'm going to say it again. If you get locked up for anything under national security, your ass get put in a FEMA camp. That's how this shit works. All right? So they're going to be watching all illegal conduct. cyber stalking, distribution of non-consensual images, and also targeting harassment. So basically, people have went so hard to the fucking extreme, they made all the media platforms hot now. You know the people that's trolls? Yeah, they talking about the fucking trolls. So salute to the trolls for making shit hot. And every person that get online and do self-incrimination and brag and boast and show guns and brag about every fucking thing you do. Now you got the eyes you wanted. You got the eyes of the White House now. The White House watching all this shit now. So that's why I say this shit ain't no more fun. It ain't even funny no more. Also, this is to shut down a lot of the so-called truth tellers. All right. So I told you a lot of people online already working. They work for these people. That's why they can say and do anything they want to do on here. They ain't gonna get in trouble because they trying to bait you into the shit. That's why some people could, man, we done seen people say some of the craziest shit online. We done seen people do some of the craziest shit online, and they never even went to jail. Never got in no trouble, no nothing. Because they working. The only thing is we don't know who they working for. But as of right now, the White House got a task force strictly for online harassment, online activities, and they blaming it on the Buffalo shooting, the Texas shooting, and they also are watching the white supremacy groups as well as the Black Power groups. Anybody who got something to say anti-government, anti-American, they on your ass. That's why when I talk, I strategically speak a certain way because I told you I'm not an influencer. I'm not no fucking leader. I'm not an extremist. I'm just a nigga that come on here and talk shit and report the news and get my analytics and I'm out. That's it. So I know what I'm doing. But a lot of y'all be doing so fucking much. Guess what? Y'all fucking hot. And some of y'all working. So thank you all for fucking up the internet because that's what you did. Period. Now, I spoke about Ben Crump the fraud because I see people just pulled up. Once again, Ben Crump is a fraud, got a Netflix film coming out, a paid actor, all right? I told you about this fraud-ass nigga Cowboy, how he posing for the camera strategically at the crime scene. And he's the only Crip that's magically there. He's the magical Crip that's always on the scene when it's time to speak up for Nip. Even though Nip come from a gang of thousands, he's the only one that pull up, a crackhead-looking nigga. And he's the one in court right now giving a testimony. He heard everything before Nipsey got killed. He heard everything afterwards, but then also said that he was in the store when it happened. So how the fuck you hear that shit from the store, nigga? And they said that Nipsey was shot from head to toe. His body was riddled, spine, spleen ruptured, liver popped out, done dirty. And this man seen and heard it all, allegedly, while he was in the store. This clown right here called Cowboy. 50-year-old man. Looking like a junkie. And nigga probably got on Nipsey chain. Stop playing. Allegedly, nigga. These niggas are frauds. Anyway, back to the program. What else? They saying also, this is what they said. This also another report came out. Like I say, Crump keep talking his talk, but he ain't talking that real talk. They said that the U.S. drinking water. We knew about Flint. We knew about stuff like that. We know about the fluoride. We know about all that shit. But I keep telling you, we know every fucking thing, but you ain't gonna stop nothing. The U.S. drinking waters, tap water, they gave a warning and saying that it will forever be chemicals of toxins within the water, cancerous, and these items are low level, but they will always forever be in tap water. And we know a lot of people probably still make Kool-Aid to this day. Not only that, let's be real. A lot of people use faucet water when they cook. Some of y'all clean y'all meat in faucet water. You see that? I'm showing you. A lot of people say they don't drink faucet water, but guess what? You clean your meat with faucet water. You do a lot of shit with faucet water. Because those be the little slip-ups. See that? You cook with faucet water. Even though you boil it out, but you still cook with it. So they're outright saying that the tap water is tainted with cancerous particles in the water. Mind you, it's going to be the hottest summer ever. Now they let you know the water ain't no good. So guess what? You got to have your money up so you can keep you some water on deck. There's some people don't understand because I heard people say all water the same, tap water all the same. No, it ain't. You got tap water. Why you think you got fucking distilled water? You got spring water. You got alkaline water. They all different. Distilled water is treated with a process called osmosis. If you know about that, that ain't the best process for water neither. The most natural water is spring water and alkaline water. The point of the matter is you got to have a water budget now. You got to have your money up so you keep some good water in your crib. Because they telling you all the water has cancerous particles in it. Not just the fluoride, cancerous shit in the water. And this also applies, in my opinion, with the famine and pestilence. Or should I say diseases and sicknesses that's going on right now. And maybe a lot of people could be actually getting sick from this damn tap water and getting cancer from tap water. Because let's be real. How many people you know got cancer that never smoked a day in their life? Never smoked a cigarette, never smoked a blunt, a Black and Mild. How many people you know died of cancer that never even smoked? Tell me that. How many people you know have been smoking cigarettes and weed and they still alive to this day? You tell me that. And I'm going to be real, and this is my opinion. So I know people are not going to agree with me, but this is my opinion. In my opinion, you will catch cancer faster from certain foods than you will from a damn cigarette. Because you've been tricked and finessed. That's all I'm saying. So this is how it goes, man. That's a good point, Juice. You know what I'm saying? You get a filter. You got filters you can put on your sink. They sell jugs with filters built in them. They got built-in pitchers. You know the pitcher you put your water in, whatever. They got pitchers with filters on them. My point is you have to invest money into your filter system or you have to be able to buy good water. Because with all this shit going on, they know people are going to be dehydrated due to these water issues, you know, this weather conditions. Some people are going to be breaking down quick. They have to drink some water. And as far as we know, we don't know what the hell is in the water right now. But this is national news, and this is what they said out their mouth. And maybe this is part of the reason why a lot of people have been dying and getting cancer before their time. Because remember how they've been promoting breast cancer and, you know, prostate cancer, all these different cancers. Maybe a lot of it was already coming from the water. Like, you know, when granddad and grandma got sick and, you know, auntie got sick, maybe it was from the water because a lot of our elders, they were raised on drinking what? Faucet water. Were they not drinking big cups of ice water? You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You grew up ice water in the refrigerator, but really was fresh out the sink. And guess what else? A lot of people slip up in what? You make your ice from faucet water. That's why I told you. It's mad ways you slip up when you're not on point. If you, and I'm going to be real, even that ice you buy at the store, that shit be processed too. That shit don't even be real ice. Them big bags of ice, that be some other shit. Like the shit in your freezer, when you see it frosty, that ain't real ice. So even when you make your ice, you got to make your ice from spring water. For those that's really, really on their health shit, that's really, really, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. And you can't, like you said, what about the showering? That's different, but it's still getting on you, but it ain't the same as drinking it. It's on you, not in you, but that's a good point, bro. It's a very good point. Like I said, maybe it's going to be like back in the day when people ain't had no heat and they had to heat up, they boil their water on the stove. Maybe if you gotta take a bath and just boil all your water. I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. But we do know for a fact that a lot of people do have skin conditions. Some people are so ashy, they got permanent ashes and permanent skin. A lot of that shit do come from that water. I'm gonna be real. That's why you're really supposed to just get in and get out real quick. Wash up real. You gotta have some official ass soap. You gotta handle your business and get up out of there. But yeah, that's that, man. They saying the water is contaminated. Drinking water, tap water. It said will forever be chemicals and toxins that could be harmful to human beings that can be cancerous. So that's what it is on that. If it wasn't for bad news, we wouldn't have no news at all. Good morning, Monique Canada. Good point. Monique says, your skin is the largest organ on your body. You need a filter on your shower. That is a fact. That's a fact. Good point. That's another fact too, Annette. A lot of people do live in conditions with, remind you, a lot of these cribs we live at, you don't know what the pipe look like. Sometimes the pipe will be rusted out, old as hell. Well, they'll constantly remodel the inside of the crib, but they never remodel them pipes. And another thing is, years ago, it's been standard law for all pipes to be plastic. That's part of why a lot of buildings had to be remixed, because it's supposed to be plastic piping. The metal pipes have asbestos and all type of chemicals in it that do cause sickness. That's why you understand in certain areas people are always sick, because it's due to the piping, the building, things like that. That's right. We here today. He said the content thieves in the bushes. Yeah, they need to spread some of this truth the right way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to chase it for clout when it's beneficial. You hear me? We ain't even here nor there, man. Niggas are gonna do what they do, man. But like I said, man, even to the ones that's selling out, that's doing fuck shit, that shit ain't gonna last no more. It ain't gonna last no more, man. Everybody's on their last leg, man. A desperation. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about the real world, you already know what's going on, man. I'm gonna tell you like this: if you in a false sense of security, meaning if you in your little bubble and you don't really know what's going on, congratulations to you. Good luck. What else? Also, to speak on this, because you also know a lot of this that's going on, it has to do with the Ukraine-Russia war. You can't never forget that neither. The Ukraine-Russia conflict has a lot to do with the economy, and a lot of people who don't understand this, and then you got people that try to run over there and play hero. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. It's 2 U.S. veterans. They wanted to be heroes and go over to Ukraine and fight and put in some work, and their ass got captured by the Russians. It's not funny, but it's funny because you heard about minding your business and staying out of people's business. Shit ain't got nothing to do with over here as far as physically, but it does affect us financially. But 2 U.S. veterans who volunteered to join the effort against Russia and Ukraine, they are reportedly missing by their family. And it's being said that they face the death penalty. And they saying they are not prisoners of war. They are facing the death penalty. So basically, they not coming home. But you know how a lot of people want to be Rambo. They want to be commando. They want to be kick-ass military people. Well, they went over there and they got snatched up by Russians. So like I said, man, some people don't know when to mind their fucking business and stay your ass out the way. They want to go over there and be freedom fighters. Now their ass is jacked up by the Russians and they facing the death penalty. So you see, we was talking about Brittany Griner. Now you see why they not playing with her neither, and they say she might be facing 10 years and she ain't got nothing to do with it. But Russia play different. Russia is a place you don't go to. You ain't got no business there. You stay your ass out of Russia. But these 2 particular kick-ass white men, ex-veterans, they volunteered to go help, and their ass got snatched up. And their ass ain't never coming home because they say they facing a death penalty. So I'm just showing you that shit over there is serious. Also, for those that watch the NBA Finals and know about basketball, the Golden State Warriors won a championship last night. And I knew they was going to win because I did some research. And I deal with certain things with basketball. I deal with certain things with sports. You did? And when I put something together, a light went on in my head. When I noticed the color of the Ukraine flag and how they was doing all these blue and gold rituals in America, something went up in my head, and I said, Golden State got on blue and yellow uniforms. I said, they're going to win this shit. And I'll be damned if they ain't win. I'll be damned if they ain't win. Also, they just so happen to just move to San Francisco. You know, San Francisco was the biggest place in the world that deals with that pride. This is Pride Month. Golden State from San Francisco, they won in Pride Month, and they just so happen to have the same colors as Ukraine. All of this shit be right in your face, man. Yeah, D. Matty, that's your team. Y'all won. That's a fact. Y'all won, bro. But you know how the streets of San Francisco is right now. That's why they ain't let them win at home, because it would have been chaos last night. They had to win on the road. Y'all gonna have y'all parade, but they was not gonna have people running them streets. That's a fact. When I seen that yellow and blue, or should I say they call it blue and gold. They're the same colors as the Ukraine flag. Y'all seen all the buildings and certain landmarks in America lit up with blue and yellow, so don't play. All right? Just so happened, coincidentally, Golden State won. But they put the work in. They won. I'm just saying, I understand how these things work and how they play out. You dig? That's right, man. Buenas noches. Good night. See ya. Them veterans, they ain't coming back no more. They out of here. They should have stayed their ass home in their man cave and just been American. No, you want to be Rambo. You know, you want to fight for everybody fight. Well, now you see what happened. And remember, they went over there by choice. Nobody made them go. They went on their own. Because that's how shit is set up. Sometimes you have to know when to mind your business and stay the fuck out the way. That's it. Now they ain't coming home and their family crying. Shit is messed up though, but they should have stayed home. How you going to help Ukraine when they can't even help themselves? Meaning, you going over there to fight, but I mean, your little fight that you're trying to do ain't going to work. You don't even know the terrain. That's another thing. You can't fight nobody and you don't know the terrain. You can't fight nobody when you don't understand the rules of the game. You're going to lose. Same thing in America. When I told you these fake-ass freedom fighters and these fake-ass wars going on, how you going to fight when you don't even know the rules? Because guess what? They're playing by a whole different set of rules. That's why you don't understand the games they keep playing, why you keep losing. And why people going to keep getting shot mysteriously and slumped in cars the same way I told you yesterday, I told you about the cop that got fired in Michigan that got his whole head blown off by the cop, broad daylight. The cop just got fired, and Ben Crump did not say nothing about this particular case because the real cases, they shut up. They also say some of these cases, they send Ben Crump to pacify the shit. Like when the people get mad and the people start getting ready to buck and rebel, they send him to pacify the situation. And that's why Ben Crump is paid, bought, and sold, and he wants to portray the image that he is the new leader of your time. He is the new Malcolm X, the new Martin Luther King. And according to Martin Luther King, all you got to know is this man is a joke. This man is a joke. You did? Even Martin Luther King know that man a joke, as you can see. That's why Martin Luther King laughing at this nigga. He trying to jack Martin Luther King swag. So basically, he's trying to have you back in the 60s and have you thinking like a nigga, and he calling us black folks. Do you understand this shit? You still being called black folks. Like when you was getting sprayed with water hoses. That's what this nigga said out of his mouth, all right? He said, this is what Ben Crump said. He said, one last time, I'm about to get out of here. Ben Crump says, black people have overcome the most baddest circumstances. And he has no doubt the community will come to progress in the future. Pause. What the hell is he talking about? What circumstances did we overcome? And is there a guarantee that our future gonna look brighter? Because to me, it's looking worse. But this is what he said out of his mouth. He also said that we are far better than we were yesterday, and we are going to be better tomorrow. See, when I promise you tomorrow, that's why I sell a hope and a faith. Long as there's tomorrow, you got some hope. And we're going to live off some hope. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Who was saying that? I could have sworn it was Jesse Jackson. Yeah. It's called the Black Power Hustle. It's called the Black Community Card Deck. All right? And you always get dealt a bad hand, and you leave the casino broke. And he leaves the casino paid because the house always wins. For those that know about gambling at the casino, the house always wins. He is down with the house. That's why he's called a house nigga. You dig? Once again, fake picture acting. Do you see the perfectly strategic close-up footage of Ben Crump with the perfect footage of the camera, high def 4K ultra? It's so clear you don't see a tear on this woman's face. Because some of y'all know about the crisis actors. And some of y'all know about staged events. Do you see one tear on her face? Do you see any makeup running at all? Do you see Trump before he went from ashy to classy? This is 10 years ago when he was with the Trayvon Martin family making his come up, his plot to rise to success. Can you see it? Once again, I repeat it. Those who did their history, their research on the Trayvon Martin case, you already know who his dad is, what his dad was, and I'll leave it at that. As you see him, this was at the recent building that burnt down in New York City, where allegedly 18 people died, and allegedly the door was left open and the whole building flamed. Here is this picture. He looks like an evil man. He looks like an evil man, don't he? He looks like a front. He looked like a fake ass Martin Luther King. That's why he purposely still wearing them hats from the 60s. Them hats is from the damn 60s and 50s and shit. Nigga playing with imagery. Do you want to see the close-up camera in his face that he's posing for? This is not a cell phone. This is a professional camera. Like I told you right here. You see the white lady in the back? Professional camera right there in her hand. And this professional camera in the front. Get all angles. Make it look good for the camera, for the TV. Let's trick some more black people. As you see, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, all they do is get paid and sell you dreams, and they don't do shit. Meanwhile, you're still getting violated financially. Shit is crumbling. And they'll tell you everything about racism, but they'll never tell you about the racism in economics. And the way you beat racism is called getting your money right and investing and uplifting your community and your people financially. Let's be real. If we were better financially, it would not be all this fucking crime, for one. For two, if we knew how to be successful financially, it wouldn't be so much hate. But you got to understand, it's a reason why when you went to school, you was taught about slavery, and when you got out of school, you ain't know shit about the stock market. You ain't know shit about banking. And some people still don't know about banking. I bet you any amount of money, it's certain people right now, if you told them to write a fucking check, they would not know how to write a check. They would not know how to fill out a deposit slip. Let's stop playing. But you know about slavery, don't you? Yeah, because that's how it was supposed to be. Know about slavery, nigga. Don't worry about no damn finances. Don't worry about no businesses. You worry about that slave shit. You worry about June. You worry about Juneteenth. That's all you need to know. Get it? Meanwhile, they rich. And like I said, he got a Netflix deal. We don't know how much money he got, but this nigga said we doing better now than we was before. Some of us feel like we was doing better in the Trump era. But you'll notice one thing they all got in common. They all slandered Trump. When Biden came in, they all got quiet. Because they are down with the team. And if they want to eat, them niggas better shut up. And that's what they're going to do. All right? So when Joe said, ain't no reparations for black people out his mouth straight up, why Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, and the rest of them, Farrakhan and them, why they ain't all come to the, like, hold on, what you talking about? No, our people need to be compensated if that's the case. I'm asking another question. Some people say slavery was fake. Some people say all the blacks wasn't slaves. Is that part of the reason why they're not giving no reparation? Because they know they made the whole shit up? Who knows? I don't know. I just know it's a lot of speculation. All that shit is alleged. But I know one thing for sure, a lot of these niggas playing games. All of them. So probably pretty soon, Cowboy gonna do a Netflix special too on Nipsey Hussle. He probably gonna get a special too. All of them are pay actors. See this pay actor? Crip, Nipsey, rolling 60 in front of the fucking crime scene. I'm asking y'all this last time. When did you ever see somebody take a picture in front of a crime scene strategically with the police in the background and the police cars? But y'all think that was just a regular picture? No, the nigga's posing because this is a professional picture. I told you, man. Professional pictures, how they work the magic trick. You see this picture right here with Ben Crump? Do you see this black woman in the background smiling and laughing? Because she knows it's a game. That's why. And she's playing her role. But she ain't mean to laugh like that. She really meant to cry and look upset. That's why a lot of them was wearing them masks too, because they was hiding their faces, because they knew it was a bunch of bullshit. That's it. There you have it. There your black leaders right there. You got Crump, you got Al Sharpton, and you got Minister Farrakhan. See your leaders? So all you gotta do is ask yourself, what are they saying now? What are they doing? They was talking a whole lot of talk before. Right now, when you need them to do the most talking and speaking up, you're gonna be waiting forever. All right? That's it, man. And I spoke about MONIQUE, how she allegedly is getting paid from Netflix in a lawsuit, allegedly. Netflix refused to talk about the lawsuit. But in my opinion, MONIQUE found a way to get a bag for Netflix and disguising it as she's getting paid in a lawsuit. But really, I don't think so. I think she just basically needs some money and she sold out and she's going to take some money from Netflix and make it look like a payout. Another thing is she also revealed in detail when she apologized to Lee Daniels. When she apologized to Lee Daniels, she was already telling us that, pardon me, that's Bobby Brown, bum ass. She was already telling us that she was going to be working for Netflix because Lee Daniels has a deal with Netflix. She squashed the beef so she can star in some of his film. Lee Daniels is doing a scary movie, I think called Sacrifice, something like that, and she going to be in it. So she already was down with Netflix. But to make it look official, now she got to make it look like she getting a payout because she about to do a stand-up comedy with Netflix too. That's why I told you, in my opinion, that shit with her and D.L. Hughley, all that shit was a fake beef that kept her name trending, D.L. Hughley trending, and Steve Harvey trending. It all was a front to throw off the older people. And so you'll keep supporting all of them because they are the ones paid, bought, and sold. And just so happened, she worked for Netflix. He got a Netflix deal. Chris Rock got a Netflix deal when he got slapped on stage. He got a Netflix deal. Dave Chappelle got rushed on stage. He got a Netflix deal. In every situation I just spoke about, something shady was going on within all of that. And just so happened, all of them are getting paid by the same people. I told you it's not hard to learn. It's not hard to watch. Pay attention. Follow the money. And plus, they bad fucking actors. They tell on themselves. All right? See that woman? Fake ass tears. You see Crump? Fake ass nigga. Black power. I'm about to be out of here. Thank you, everybody, for putting up episode 199. We stay on the grind. And y'all already know the next episode going to be 200. Don't seem like it, right? We just did 100. We had 200. You know why? Because we be grinding over here. You heard? I put the work in. And I put the work in for my people. That's it. There's days I told you, there's days I don't want to do this shit. I don't care about none of this. But I do it because it's easy. And I think about my people that really support me. Like when I get them strong comments and that real motivational comments, and you know, y'all salute me and you know, show me respect. I gotta put on for y'all. I gotta keep it going because I gotta start. I gotta finish what I started. But one thing, let me be clear: this ain't for me. This ain't just for y'all. This is for the future. So remember, we was all tricked, finessed, led astray, waste a lot of time, waste a lot of money. This ain't for us. This for the future. So you got to tell the young people what time it is. They got to know this shit so they won't get tricked again and again like we did. That's what all this shit is about. It ain't about me. Because guess what? If the people that's young now, when they grow up, if they don't figure this shit out, they finish. Why? Because everything is going to be under control. Information going to be shut down. Everybody's going to be paid, bought, and sold. Everything is going to be hidden. They ain't going to know shit. Guess what? The young ones already don't know their own family history. They don't even know what happened in the fucking 90s and 80s. I'm just showing you how history is already being erased little by little by little. So when these people, like the teenagers and the young people, when they grow up now, they ain't going to know shit. They ain't gonna know nothing. So that's why I'm telling you, this is for the people coming up next. We already know this shit. We went through that, so they ain't gotta go through that. That's what all this shit is about. This shit ain't for me. This shit ain't for my fucking ego or just to be up here talking. I just make it entertaining because the shit easy, but the shit is not a game. And I told you this shit is a movie. So I don't watch too many movies like that. I do, but this is a movie. It's called life. All you gotta do is watch the shit. And you put your people on, pay attention, and watch the shit. And they won't be stupid and make the same mistakes like we did. So being that we got too smart, they had to come up with Juneteenth to keep reminding you that you a fucking slave. And they also said that a lot of people have been speaking on how Juneteenth is really a holiday scam and just another holiday they can make up to sell products and more merch. That's it. To sell more shit. How you running to buy more shit? Then before 4th of July comes, you gonna go buy more shit. Get it? Do you understand how this shit work? You break yourself for Christmas. You try to get back right for January, New Year's. You dig? Then tax money come out. You go on another shopping spree. Then you go broke again. You get a little money. Then Easter coming up. You go shopping for Easter. Memorial Day cookout. You go shopping for Memorial Day. Then 4th of July comes. See, this shit's going to keep coming and coming because these are ways of running your fucking pockets. And these are ways the corporation eat off your ass and keep you depressed and oppressed. Everybody go laughing to the bank and you stuck with bills and high-ass credit cards. And now you need that shit. Everything is fucking up. That's all I'm saying, man. It's a game. It's all about the money, though. Know that. It's about the money. The point of the matter is get the money, but you ain't got to sell out to get it. And you ain't got to scheme, plot, and connive on somebody else's bag. Because that shit ain't going to last long. You can't plot on spending somebody else's money. The shit ain't going to work. That's all I'm saying. Get to the bag. It's a fact. I forgot about Mother's Day and Father's Day. I forgot about Mother's Day. But Father's Day, I don't be expecting nothing. I'm going to be real. It is what it is. And plus, we in hard times right now. So, but Mother's Day, that's another one. It's always going to be a holiday to run your pockets because they all hustles. That's it. Anyway, man, salute to y'all. Salute to the chat. Shout out to all my people that pulled up. Shout out to the people that stayed in the building the whole time. And shout out to the people that pulled up and had shit to do. You understand? Because it's Friday, and some people ain't got shit to do. And they ain't never got nothing to do because their life going down the fucking drain. That's it. But to my people that hold it down, I'm talking about the ones that hold down the household, hold down their loved ones, hold down everything you're supposed to hold down correctly. Salute to y'all. That's what I do this for. I told you. So salute to everybody that support. More to come, episode 200. I'm going to try to make that an epic episode. Other than that, y'all stay in the loop. Y'all stay in tune. Y'all stay focused. And, enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your life. Even though it might look ugly, it's still all right if you know what's what. Freeman's channel, what's up? So y'all stay in tune. Y'all stay focused out here. And remember, these people are paid actors, and that shit is scripted. All of them frauds. Masters of the camera, masters of the magic, and they all down with the same organization. You understand that? So this the man that claimed he was with Nipsey and heard the whole conversation of Nipsey Hussle and Shitty Cuz. He heard the whole conversation. Then he said after Nipsey got killed, he heard what Shitty Cuz said to Nip after he shot him. He told Nipsey, you through. And Nipsey said, you got me. He heard all this shit. Then in court yesterday, it came out that he was in the store when it happened. So how the fuck you heard it before and after? And why you ain't had no gun to shoot back, nigga? So there you have it. As you see in this professional picture he took, he looks like a straight crackhead. All you got to do is see the sucked in face. Nigga's a junkie. In my opinion, nigga, playing a role. When the Nipsey Hussle, right here, this mural, whatever you want to call it, the mural, when it got violated with the red paint, who was the first to pull up? This dude. And why is he the only one that always speak for Nipsey Hussle? Like he is the voice of Nipsey. When Nipsey come from a big gang and had a lot of homies. Why he the only one talking? And why everybody else other than him, when they talk about Nipsey, they always talking down on that man. You figure that shit out and then you'll understand, like I told you yesterday, everybody you'll see that was showing Nipsey fake love, they all made sure they was trending this week. They all made sure they said something to make themselves trend this week. It's about 3 of them. But all of them, when he was living, they always showed him fake love. And you'll see how you prove it. The same ones that were showing Nipsey fake love, you'll see right now, they don't give him no praise. They don't come to his defense. And they do not even speak on this trial going on. And they don't speak bad about Shitty Cuz neither. There you have it. Because some people feel like Shitty Cuz did some people a favor. And I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. We out. Y'all have a good weekend. It is what it is. Thank you, Rondell. Thank you. Salute to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tapping in. And I got some more things cooking in the pot. America Links, what's up? That's right. All you got to do, y'all on the internet just like me, just keep watching and pay attention. That's it. That's all you got to do. They tell on themselves all the time. And with that note, for No Fame Live, episode 199, and I'm out of here. 1.